Fan of the Hodaki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jay, Smike and Keezy on their Instagram at Hodaki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hodaki.
Douche.
Thanks, mate.
Should be Friday, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should be Friday. I don't know what's got into Pugs lately.
Oh, yeah.
He had a go at me about the zips of my jacket yesterday.
What did he get you for today? Those
Well,
shoes?
I was just standing out at the table
Yeah.
with you fellas.
Yeah.
We were having a production meeting. And Pugs is standing next to me, and there was some shit on the table.
Some crumbs.
Like crumbs and gunk. And he flicked it on me.
Ah.
I mean, what's that about?
Well, I yawned, and Kate tried to throw a piece of polystyrene in my mouth.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I'm saying?
I wasn't yawning. I was just standing there.
I think he's just become familiar, and so he's gone from this place where, he's come on, he was a fan of the Big Show.
Sure.
He's got the job with us.
He's ensconced.
And he obviously idolised you, but now that he's got to know you and knows what a piece of shit you are,
Yeah.
he's like, why have I been showing this guy any respect? So he's just gotten, I think, as they say, Hoity Jane, you'll know this, familiarity
Yes. Contempt.
breeds contempt, Keezy.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. It's just like, he won't go on a date with me.
Well, I think you should just drop him.
I'm going to, man. I'm fucking done with him.
Well, you should. I mean, just one punch,
Oh, you reckon I should drop him?
Yeah.
Drop him.
One to the solar plexus and just fucking get in his ear.
Yeah.
I
Time to
reckon.
bring the respect back, brother.
I think what I'll do
Jace-
I'll do the moody, sulky thing.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Bring the
Yeah.
silence into the studio.
Well, that's
Yeah.
more your speed.
Yeah.
Because I think Pugs would roll you.
Do you really?
Absolutely. He was a bouncer.
So was I, Keezy.
Not like an actual bouncer, though.
No,
Yeah.
not that he got. No, he was a bouncer. You used to get smacked over by bouncers. It's different. Remember when you got on the heroin at that place in Parnell?
Yeah, that was bad, man. That was
Heroin Hoyt.
outrageous and falsely accused.
Oh.
What's more,
Hey, speaking of false accusations, you like this? I mean, you know how we had the old. I left that last house. Did I tell you about the holes in the floor,
yes,
the dents in the
and
floor?
you were doing weights.
He said I was doing weights. So good. And then they were just so this was the landlord. There's dents in the floor from the feet of the couch in the lounge, and a large L-shaped couch. Not the sort of thing you move so you can do weights. But he's like, there's no way this is from a couch. This is from you doing weights. So, well, I can't argue with you about it. After arguing with you about the pool and all other sorts of shit. So anyway, I sent him a photo of the legs. He agreed, okay, it is from the legs. But you must have been misusing the couch because there's so many dents on the floor. It's
Nice.
It's like the couch moves, man. It doesn't stay in one place because it's a hardwood floor. And anyway, he just keeps on coming back. And I'm just said to him, like, what is your solution here? Like, I'm trying to get the bond back for a significant amount of money.
Yes.
And so you just telling me that I'm lying and making new accusations, it's not a solution. So what are you saying? Are you saying I've got to pay
X
$1,000?
amount.
What are we doing here? And he just
Sure.
won't come. So anyway, I'm taking him to the tribunal
God.
just to get on with it.
Yeah, I've
he's
been there, done that.
He's a massive pain in the ass, this guy.
Yes.
And the trouble was I read the email this morning. It was in my inbox when I woke up this morning when I got into the office about 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm in a hurr of a fucking mood.
What you mean? You read his reply?
His reply,
So
yeah.
did you tell him you'd taken it to the tribunal?
No, I've just been trying to get an answer out of
right,
him as to
okay.
what his solution is.
Yes.
And then he just comes back today and he says, I have to correct you when you say that there's more than 4 dents on the floor. There's a lot more than 4 dents on the floor. So he's correcting me. I said, just so you know, both of those sentences mean the same thing. He didn't, yeah.
Yes. It's stressful, that shit, eh?
Well,
I remember
it just
going to
annoys
the
me.
tribunal and having to go through that fucking
But I'm
palaver.
48, man.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's wear and tear on a fucking floor, brother.
And I tell you what,
And if it's not, let's have a yarn about it. Let's get it sorted. Let's move on with our fucking lives.
Our house, right? We just got the floors.
Our house.
Fuck, I sit silent for 5 minutes. Straight away come in and our house is a new thing, apparently.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki. The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
We got the floors because they had shag piles since the 60s.
Shagger.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Oh, Shagger.
Jace is stoked with himself right now, by the way.
Douche.
Yeah, so good. Lifted up the carpet like 3 years ago. In 3 years, this is hardwood floors that have never seen the light of anything because it's always had a thick carpet on it. In 3 years, there are dents fucking everywhere. It just happens from our furniture.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do about that?
Yeah.
It's just wear and tear on it after
I
3
suppose
years.
you can put like
Well,
stuff
I
underneath.
I can tell you what happened with ours. We put rubber feet on it.
We've got rubber feet on ours as well.
Yeah.
It still does it.
Yeah, so we got these things on, and it was like, because it was new, you don't know what's going on underneath your couch, and so we moved it for something, it was dent, and it's like, okay, we'll fucking get these rubber feet things on it, and it stopped it moving actually.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to have a yarn about it,
Yes.
but it's he comes from such, because the same thing happened with the pool, remember?
Yeah, it's
Where he's
just
blaming me for breaking a pool that has not been serviced for 30 years,
Yes.
and it just starts leaking, loses 4 feet, and it's my fault.
Yes.
And so he just comes from that sort of position where
I
you
think
can't win.
about all the young people,
young females mostly, eh?
when it comes to getting bonds back. You know what I mean? And
okay.
they
Okay.
get into.
Sorry, different story.
I guarantee you, when you're a young buck, most 70% of it, there was this big fucking thing going on. They go, oh fuck it, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And they take advantage of that. And
They do.
My girlfriend and I at the time were really staunch because we knew we were in the right. There was no question about it. So we went, actually, we're not going to give up our fucking bond. You're full of shit.
Well, it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Especially to people
4 weeks
renting. man.
rent
Yeah.
And then,
is fucking heaps of money, man.
yes, it is.
I see, and the thing that's unfair is I can imagine you would have left that house in way better condition than any of the houses I've ever left.
When I
Wow.
left that place, like when we moved into that place, we had to get a professional cleaner in because it was fucking disgusting.
Yeah, right. So you saw.
So you end up spending time, and then you end up doing heaps of shit yourself.
Yes.
But then we always clean it to a good standard when we leave. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's just a ball ache.
Whereas some of the flats that I've only been in 4 different flats, but
Yeah, but you're a sloth, Keezy.
100% I was before Lucy sorted me out. But like we'll move out and then spend a week cleaning everything. There's marks everywhere, and we miss half of it because we're in a rush. And then we go far out, man. I don't think we're gonna get the bond back for that. And then they just give us the bond back.
Yeah.
I was just trying to remember, I talked a little while back about this house in Remuera that we had that was just beautiful. It was a fucking beautiful
Sorry,
house.
is this the butcher house?
No, this is
This is a beautiful house.
It was like 5 bedrooms.
This is the one where he could
sunroom.
have. They said that they shouldn't have let him move into this house because it was too nice.
Yes,
Oh, right.
like oak kitchen. It was just beautiful and a beautiful backyard. We fucked it.
Really?
It was, I look back with a certain amount of shame.
Yeah, same.
Like burns in the carpet, fucking shit everywhere. It was, we were spotting all the time in the kitchen. I think there were burn marks on the oak, just pieces of shit.
Truly, though.
But then you go, well, what the hell were they doing letting students? And you know what I found out? This is the interesting thing, was that
Thank God.
it was, there's now a Dilworth prep school, right, which they built out long after I left. And they'd bought that land. And they actually bought that house because they were building the school literally there, and that was going to be the driveway. And they knew that there were 3 or 4 of us from Dilworth living in there, so they just left us to it.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and then because it was still a little while down the line before they were actually going to start construction of the school. So we found that out. We went, fuck, that'll be why. Because I used to think back on it and go, why did we not get absolutely decimated for that?
And then they've knocked it down since.
Yes.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
didn't care anyway.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Which was a shame because, as I say, it was beautiful. Fucking great house.
Oh, well.
I wonder if we should do trailers like they do on the Matt and Jury show. Because then at the end of it, they go, on today's podcast, the fellas talk about
Jace's old house.
Jace's old house. Mogi's struggling to get his bond back, or Mogi's having a running battle with his former landlord trying to get his bond back.
And Keezy's
blah, blah, blah.
silent for 5 minutes.
And that's a good sell right there. And then they run that on the radio station. You know what I mean?
Do you want a medal or something, Keezy, for being silent for 5 minutes? I just think it's because your brain hadn't kicked into gear.
No, it hadn't. It actually hadn't. And then I was like, I can contribute here. And then, house! Which is a new thing. Hey, listen to the Hodaki Big Show.
Go on.
4 till 7 every weekday on Radio Hodaki.
Or Joan, if you don't want to.
It's a free
Seriously.
will.